Hello everyone, the Dark Dread here, and today is going to be a different video, and I'm going to be commentating on this. Anyways, I'm going to show you how to make ships for floating sandbox. So what you're going to do is that you're going, now of course you can't see it from here, but you're going to want to boot up Microsoft Paint, or just Windows Paint. It could be any art-related program that's like this. Anyways, what I'm going to do is that I go into File, I'm going to open up the materials structural template. Oh, don't want to show that. Shh, don't tell anyone. Anyways, this palette can be found within the game files, which I'll do a video on that entirely. I don't know. Anyways, you'll find this palette within the game files, and you can pop it into MS Paint. And what I'm gonna do is that we're gonna make a basic ship. So what I'm gonna use is that I'm gonna use a color picker. Color picker will allow you to pick certain colors that are in this palette. You cannot use random colors that are already in the game. You can't use the colors that are not in the palette. If they're not in the palette and they're more like up here, they will not work. Anyways, we have our materials here. We have the hulls. And we have like other materials like iron, steel, wood, titanium, aluminum. The difference being that iron, if it has hull next to the name, that means that water cannot penetrate through it, and it's heavier, so it's going to go straight to the bottom. So if you use hull completely, your ship's going to go straight down to the bottom, and it's just going to be a complete mess. Iron, or anything that doesn't have hull next to it, means that water can pass through it. This will allow air to be inside your hull, so that way it'll keep the thing buoyant. If you have no... So what you're going to do is that what we're going to do here is we're going to use a steel hull, and I'll make a basic little steamer, and I'll cut back to you when I get the shape done. Actually, I'm not gonna cut, because one other thing that people don't listen to is that you're gonna be needing to use your size tool. These will make a better, more realistic layer, and you want your hull layer to be at least 1 pixel wide, like this. So this is like our keel, and what I'm gonna do is, just make a shape. Be a little quiet, so I gotta concentrate. And I'm gonna do the same with this side. Actually, I'm gonna make a little bit of a fan tail, a traditional boat design used for the sterns of these boats, or diesel burning ships, whatever is your fancy. Anyways, this is our hull material. This means that water cannot penetrate through it. And what I gotta do is I gotta close up all the gaps, because water will leak through in the game once it's booted up. So now that we got that done, I'm gonna show you do a compartment layout, which this will be like your bulkheads and everything. So your bulkheads, you can have these hull materials inside you can have the hull material inside your ship, as long as it's forming the outlines of rooms. This is what I do in my ship construction videos, that I'll make little bulkheads and compartments, and that is something that I'm excited to I'm not excited to do anything. I'm just making a video. What am I saying? But yeah, we're gonna make some basic rooms. So let me allow that to be sealed up. Preferably, I would make your ship have more floors than this. But this is just a tutorial ship right here. Yeah, right now I'm just focusing on the outline of just certain rooms. You can layer rooms out any way you want it. You don't have to copy my design. Now this isn't my traditional designs that I do with making rooms and stuff, but this is just for the tutorial. Let me seal this up. Oop, wait, actually we're 1 pixel short on this end. I'm gonna shorten that. Extend it by 1 more layer. Probably do this also. Just do that. I'm really trying to work on doing commentary type stuff because I don't do it that much. So I figured this would be the right chance to do that. Of course, we don't have that many native English speakers on this channel, so I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do subtitles. I don't know because I don't speak that language. I don't speak other languages. The only language I speak is English. Anyways, we're gonna move on to a non-hull material like steel, and I'm gonna fill it in. And of course, you can't just have a sealed deck right here. You're gonna have to make some openings. So I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna do this also. But we're also gonna have some extra openings for like ladders and other stuff. I'm also gonna try to make this look good. I never commentate on these shipbuilding videos because I don't see really a point on doing so. But, you know, I guess it gives me a story. Oh yeah, I should also add a rudder. Well, no, we'll do that later. Um, anyways, that's our basic hull. Now, you can also add like an anti-fouling layer, which that's what the red's gonna be. So you can also change the color of these materials because, of course, that was a we used a red hull material that was a steel hull, but I can also change the color of it so that way we have a an upper layer. Like the above the waterline kind of thing. So here is that. This is like a little marker, and I can paint around it. Actually, another thing that make this faster is to use the paint bucket. Paint bucket is your friend. You always want to use it for the bigger spaces. So now we got that done. So now we're gonna move on to changing the above waterline thing with using steel. So there we go. Gonna paint that. So there we go. We got our basic little thing going on here. Now let's say you want some sort of heavy center of gravity kind of stuff going on. Let's say you want to make it somewhat realistic and have like a boiler and an engine. Well, for that kind of stuff, I like to personally use the structural steel or structural hull, structural iron or that. Structural materials take longer to break down, and they're also heavier. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna outline a boiler. Sorry about that. There's some crazy guy on a motorcycle. Not that there's anything wrong with people on motorcycles, but you know, it's just me. Anyways, that's our boiler, and this is just gonna be a generic steam engine. Let's do a compound cylinder engine right here. Yeah, it's a basic compound engine. I'm gonna have the things that hold the pistons up. Not gonna be able to draw the crankshaft because that's too big. But we'll, oh yeah, I can do the shaft, but not the cranks that will turn the propeller shaft. There we go. Anyways, you also need an uptake for the smokestack. So we're going to be using structural steel to match the paintwork with the hull. Now it looks like a similar color to that of the white steel right here. It connects the boiler to the uptake. Alrighty, so we got that done. So let's work on a deck house. It's just gonna use this again. I don't know about you guys, but I like to make my ships nice and tidy. Oh yeah, we also have an official floating sandbox Discord server that will be down in the I'll be down below if you are interested. Alrighty, so that we got that outline done. Do that. I'm gonna fill in this whole gap. I'll continue with the uptake and bring it up some. Tell me if you guys like these commentary videos, because I don't do these often as much as I used to due to personal reasons. I wouldn't say personal reasons, but like because I tend to stutter and it makes it hard to concentrate. Yeah, and plus I just don't like it when people walk in when I'm recording. But that's just me. Anyways, we got our basic hull done. Now let's work on a stack or a funnel, as they're called on many steamers or diesel-driven ships. So we're gonna be using it's gonna be steel hull, but we're gonna move it to a different color. And so that we're just gonna go with a buff yellow kind of color. Get it just right. Actually, this funnel's a little too big, so I'm gonna make it a little smaller. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close it up with hull material right here. gonna go back to that yellow. Gonna make it just a few pixels big. And we're gonna top it off with a black cap. So go into steel hull. And there's that blackish color for the top. And put it right there. And then we're gonna fill that in. So go into our steel selection. Select this. And of course you can make ships any kind of design. Hell, you don't even have to make your own. You don't have to make a ship. You could just make anything. You can make a barge. You can make a bridge. Anything. Or you could just make your favorite character or a sprite. Make a person if you want. Alright, let's find the black. I'm gonna go with this. Now we got our basic design, and I'm forgetting one thing. We need a propeller. So I'm gonna make a little propeller right there. It's not perfect, but it'll get the job done. Actually, prevent it from clipping. I'm gonna do that and delete that pixel. And then I'm gonna add a rudder mechanism. But if I want it to not be all weird looking when it if I want it to not look all weird looking when the extra weight is put on it, I'm going to need to use a lighter material. In this case, I'm going to use an aluminum hull rudder, because aluminum is a lighter material, it's a lighter metal. It is lighter than, what is it lighter? Yeah, it's lighter than iron or steel. So yeah, we got our rudder going on right there. And finishing touches is that we're just gonna decorate it. Just put up like a little railing right here. Close it off right there. And maybe another little railing right along the poop deck. I feel like Bob Ross doing this. But no one can be Bob Ross. There's only one Bob Ross. Alrighty. And yeah, that's a basic design for a boat. Actually, one more thing I forgot to do. We need to make windows. Actually, let me showcase what glass does. Glass is something that's at the bottom. Yeah, there it is. This is glass. This will be your glass hull right here, and this is glass. So I'm gonna use just clear glass that is not labeled a hull, because in reality, glass is pretty weak. It breaks upon any high pressure. So I'm gonna put some windows right there. And put some windows right here. And I guess I can put a little door right along in this area. So yeah. that's that. Now, if you want to be pretty technical, we can also do an electrical system. Oh, I'll show that in a bit. Anyways, with that, what you want to do is that you want to click on select, and you want to be sure you get the angle is just right, and make sure you don't leave anything out. So we got that selected, and so I'm going to click cut. I'm going to go into file, go into new, click on don't save, and I'm going to zoom out. Actually, no, this is as far out as I can go. I'm going to click on paste, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to cut out as much of this white as I possibly can. So there we go. We got our image right on the corner. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on File, and I'm going to Save As. Now what I like to use is that I like to use a flash drive. Right down here on this flash drive, I have all my files of all the ships, or you can make a whole new file and label it on your computer. Anyways, I'm going to name this the small test steamer. You can also optionally put your name on it. So I'm gonna click on save. So there, it should be saved. So now what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to go into the game. Now we wait. Hopefully the audio in here comes out decently. Gotta reload my last settings. Yeah, this is just the basic tutorial ship. Anyways, go into load ship. Ignore that. Go into my flash drive. I'm gonna search for the crafts that we made. Gonna scroll down until we see it. There it is, the small test steamer. And as you can see, she floats like a charm. And so now you have your ship in the game, and yeah, you can just put a hole in it and watch her founder.